Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to another Bake with Mr. Price. Now, I'm doing something that I've never done before, and I'm actually kind of making it up based on things that I've seen, so I hope it works. I think it'll taste good. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this stuff here, which is dough sheets, and we're going to try to make mini little cherry pies. So this is a very simple recipe. There's no measuring involved. So it's the dough sheets, it is some of this cherry filling, and if you don't like cherry, I don't think Fiona likes cherry too much, there's the berry filling, berry medley, and that could be good too. So I'm going to make two different kinds. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move you down a little bit there so you can see, and let's see if we can figure this out. So the first thing I want to do is open up the pastry dough. Now, I don't normally use this stuff, so let's see. I think you have to... Oh, okay, there's a little thing here. It says peel here. So if you're trying this at home one day with mom or dad, this is super easy for you to do. And I think you have to give it a little whack to start to get it to open. Pop that air. See, Mr. Price usually makes his own stuff, so to buy this stuff is a great way to kind of speed up the process. So we're going to have to taste it, see if it tastes any better or the same as homemade stuff. Oh, okay, there it is. It popped open. Let's see. Open this up here, and I have a piece of parchment paper, so fall down onto the countertop. Now, even though this is pre-made dough, I have my flour here because I think I'm going to have to maybe lightly flour my parchment paper a little bit, just so that way this isn't so sticky. I was kind of right about that. It is kind of sticky. I'm just going to put a little flour on my hands here, give it a little stretch. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to start with the cherry pie filling, so I'm going to open this up, and it comes in a can. Oh my goodness, does that look good? Look at that. Yummy. So I think I'm going to start by taking this little bowl that I have, and I'm going to use it almost as a little cookie cutter. And I'm going to press down, and I have a little knife here to help cut this around, but I think it went through. Okay. So I'm going to clear away the extra pastry filling. There. And now I have a little round piece of pastry. So I have to put a little flour, I think. This is a little too sticky for Mr. Price. Okay, so I'm going to use a spoon, and I'm going to put maybe just one little spoonful of cherry to the center. You guys see what I did? And now, sort of like a ravioli, I'm going to flip the dough over, just like that. Okay, see? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my fingers to roll this up, sort of like a pizza pie crust. Keep rolling it around because you don't want this to open up, explode. Tuck it under. There, do you see how it made a little pizza pie? So let me keep going. I'm going to let that rest right there. And I'm gonna actually put them in the refrigerator so they can chill. And I'm gonna roll out the next dough sheet. And I think this time I'll try the berry medley. Okay, so I'm gonna open up my next piece of dough here. Let's see, I learned from the first time that you have to get it kind of pulled off here. A little whack. There it goes, popped open, much easier. I'm going to flour my surface. I'm not using the parchment paper on this one because I think the parchment paper was wrinkling underneath my dough the first time. So let's get rid of that. Okay, let's roll this out. And I'm gonna be careful not to stretch it this time. I'm gonna try to use it all up. Okay, so boys and girls, I let the pastries sit in the refrigerator for a little bit, and you can see that they got a little more firm, which is good. So now what I want to do is I'm going to create something called an egg wash. So I'm just going to use the bowl that I was using as my cookie cutter template, and I'm going to take an egg here, and I'm going to take a fork and just turn that into a wash, and I can put a little bit of water in that to thin it down. So this is egg with a little bit of water. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna use the spatula here to create a little glaze on top of each one. Okay, so I'm gonna take some of my sugar here, and just from up above, sprinkle each of these with a dusting of sugar. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transfer these to a cookie sheet, and I'm gonna put them in the oven, and I'll show you what they look like after they come out. Okay, so boys and girls, the mini cherry and berry pies came out of the oven, and I gave them some time to cool before putting them on their tray. And you can see that these came out a little better than these, but I think they all stayed closed, which was good. And there's one more final thing to do, and that is I'm gonna take a strainer. I have a small one, but I think Fiona took it on me. And I'm gonna take a little powdered sugar, and I'm going to go across the top of them, and you have to do this once they're cool, otherwise the sugar will melt. Okay, so boys and girls, here is my finished mini pies. I think they came out pretty good. I'm really glad that I tried something new. Thanks for joining me today and baking, and I'll see you next time. Bye, boys and girls.